Hi everyone, Deb here with Dahlia Designs. I'm here with 11 jewelry pieces that I completed using the April 2023 Potomac treasure kit, treasure box, best bead box kit. And this is a sponsored video. Potomac Beads sends me this every month and asks that I do one video tutorial, but I don't have a tutorial right now. I have, though, 11 items for you to see. And why don't you tell me what you'd like to see in a tutorial? To me, everything I've done is not rocket science, and so you've probably seen it 1,000 times, but just different ways you can use things from the kit. Now, I also have a couple pieces in progress, but right now I need to move on, so I'm setting them aside for a little while and hope to come back to them. And because I started this in January, I sometimes pull in items from prior month's kits, like these beads here, which I'll get to when we get there. But for the most part, and you know, wire and some of those things and chain I need from my personal stash. So anyway, I'm going to try and do these in the order I made them if I remember. So there was a check bead mix. If you missed the unboxing video I did on the 10th, or aired it on the 10th, I will put a link in probably in the description box below. iCards are strange with me. I don't know. I might try and do an iCard up in the upper right corner for you to the unboxing. If not, I have a playlist I'll put at the end of the video that you can click on. It'll have all my Potomac Beads treasure kit videos, including the unboxings, some tutorials, and last month I also did a Project Share Plus 2 tutorials. Anyway, all these beads except for the little green peridot were in the check bead mix. So I just did 3 little dangles. There's like a opaque pink and a transparent pink, and then the transparent green, and then these were the only 2 of this color flower that were in that kit. And I put 2 opaque on top, and the bead, not the bead mix, but the kit had these little filigree bead caps, tiny little bead caps. These are really pretty. They're like a green, but with an AB finish. They're beautiful, and they caught my eye right away. And I actually was showing you how to do something just briefly in the unboxing. I thought, well, I'm just going to use those. So I just used an eye pin. I can't remember if that was one from the February kit or not. It might have been. And then 3 little head pins. I think I pulled out some 1-inch head pins because these are just tiny little drops. And they are, I think, simple loops. Yep, simple loops. I did not wire wrap them. So just cute little dainty earrings. And I think this was my last pair. These ear wires are like a marquee shape. Very easy to make yourself though. They're a little bit thinner wire, but they're sturdy. They're not flimsy. So that was the first thing. Then I thought, you know what? They gave us stretchy cord. So I made a stretchy bracelet. Now, most all of these things, except the pearls and I'll get to those in a minute. All these blue beads were in the check glass bead mix. These little flower bead caps, these sort of frosted double bicone or double cone, I guess I should say. These dark blue. Now these are not the crystals that were in a separate strand or bag in the kit. These are a little bigger than those. These are like I guess 4mm, because the pearls were on a strand in the kit, and they're 4mm. These silver beads were from last month's kit, March, and these are out of my stash. And I used those because there's a little bit bigger hole, and I wanted this, I didn't quite get it hidden in there, but there's, see those little beads there in between? I only have them in between in case it separates. Those are from this month's kit, the sapphire blue, or I don't know what color it is. Anyway, it is a stretch bracelet, and you can either wear it like that or like that. I mean, just the blue side up or the silver. I had to do something because I didn't have enough of the blue beads, and I even extended them with the pearls, but I still didn't have enough, so I used silver, pearl, the 3 spacers, which are silver plated copper. They're from a company overseas in the UK that I got years ago. So that's that. Only stretchy bracelet I made. And then from the bead mix also were these 2 daggers, I guess they're called. No. I forget what they're called. But anyway, those pointy things. Are they daggers? I don't think so. Again, the peridot beads. Oops, sorry. The peridot beads are from a separate strand. Excuse me. They're 4mm. These 6mm are dark topaz travertine, I think they call them. 6mm check glass. And then these 3 beads on each were from the bead mix in the kit. They're all check glass. Okay, I just put, these are wire wrapped. So I just used a piece of, I think, 22 gauge wire and just put it through and twisted it a few times there to keep this in place, and then went up through the other beads. I cut it off after I twisted it, so I had a single strand go up through these beads, and then wire wrapped it. And these are surgical steel, I think, ear wires. So then the next piece was this, and I just brought in some antique bronze chain from my stash. I did a very simple organic wire wrap, messy loop and everything, which I don't usually do messy loops, but I did. I used some of the dark travertine and some of the peridot there, and there. And then all these little leaves were from the bead mix. So I had some transparent and some milky ones. And I just put them on a piece of wire, which I think is 20 gauge, but I'm not 100% sure on it. This is 20 gauge antique bronze wire. This might be also, but I can't remember because sometimes the holes are small and you can't do that. And then on the back, I found a toggle clasp in my stash from one of those other kits I get monthly, which we won't get into. And so very simple necklace. It's about 18 inch, I think. 17. I think it's about 17. Anyway, 17 or 18. So I like how that turned out, though. To me, it looks like a tree branch and then a huge blossom or something hanging down from it. And I just love the organic look of that. So then I wanted to play with these and these. I only got 5 of these halo beads, the round rose gold color ones. So I paired it up with the diamonds and the travertine and a couple beads from the bead mix back here. I did use the travertine in these, and I tried putting a seed bead on either side of the bead in here, but then it wouldn't fit all the way. So, and those were the 11-0 seed beads in the kit. So I thought it's all right. It has movement. I strung it on an antique bronze, I think, wire or copper. I can't remember. Oops, something just fell. Sorry. This is from my stash. I did use copper color crimp tube, wire guardian, and I think jump rings. Yes. Actually, one of these jump rings I think came hooking this clasp together. It's just a toggle. This is a little bit longer bracelet. It's too big on me. It's like 7.5 to 7 3/4, so it fits a larger wrist. And I was trying to figure out how can I shorten it. I'd have to take maybe 2 of these beads off. That might work. I might still do that. And then I kept the last two halo beads for earrings, and I just used the diamonds. I still have two of those left, and I was working on another project, but it wasn't going as I wanted, so I stopped and did some of these other things first. Anyway, I used two more of the dark topaz travertine with the halo beads. I did have some rose gold plated copper findings in my stash, including these dome head pins, eye pins, and ear wires. They're all rose gold plated copper, and they match the rose gold color of these halo beads perfectly. So that is a set there, just the bracelet and the earrings. And then I did this. So I did the necklace first. This is just wire wrapping. And here's a little tip. I don't, unless it's sterling silver or argentium silver or something, I don't work directly off the spool. So basically, to minimize waste, after I do the first few, I realize how much I need. So for a larger bead like this, plus two beads on the end, I used a 4-inch piece of wire. And for these littler ones, I used a 3-inch piece of wire. And probably had maybe a 1/4 inch of waste on each end. So maybe 1/2 inch total on each of these after doing the wrapping. But it allows me to grab a hold of the wire to do the wrapping tightly, because I like neat wraps. These beads were from the January kit, and I finished them between this and the earrings. These are the peridot. I love these squares. These two beads I only had 4 of, and I put them across from each other here. And then this is the only one that has the dark topaz travertine. That's the center bead, and also the peridot. And I only have one after doing the next pieces, which I had set aside. I only have one more of the dark travertine beads. I love those too. This is from my stash. I've had it in my stash since like 2000, I don't know, 15 or something like that. So I have a lot of older stuff that I'm trying to use too. Now this is about a 16 to 17 inch necklace. I have on a turtleneck, and it does not fit over my turtleneck on me, but I have a thicker neck, so a thinner person could easily wear this and it'll be beautiful. And I picked this clasp out because it was square shaped, although when it's on here it looks like a diamond, but I thought it brought out the square in that. And then I made matching earrings. I did them a little different because I did put on the filigree bead caps, top, bottom, there and there, and also on top. These are the last two of these beads from the January kit that I had. So I used 4 of the peridot, 2, 3, 6 of the little bead caps, and then the eye pins and head pins and ear wires are from my stash. And then I think the next one I did was these. These ladybugs, I had 3 of them in the kit, and these little flowers, these frosted reds, were in the kit, and then these are clear bicones that were in a separate bag. So I got this one a little backwards, I think. Anyway, I've done this before, and I've done more loops and stuff up here to make it look like a vine. But I decided to put the ladybug up there, and then the flower, tiny little flower droplet down here. I think they came out cute. Those are a little more difficult because it's hard to get this exactly the same length. You need to do them side by side as you're doing them, and even they're very organic looking too. And I actually had to trim one of them down, and redo the loop to get them even. So yeah, I'm not always perfect first time around, for sure. And then the next thing I did was this pendant. I had 3 of these squares left, and I wanted to use them. Also, I had these 3 sort of turquoisey, milky beads in the bead mix. And I thought they went well with the turquoise squares. And then I used the last of the travertine. I had set these 3 aside before doing these, and that's why there's no travertine on these. And then 3 peridot. I have quite a few of those left actually. And this one is the one I did first, and I had a piece of scrap 22 gauge wire laying on my desk, so I used it. This is the one I'll do a tutorial on, but I'll have to use, I might use the black oval from last month. I think it was last month, that I still have one of, and I'll show you how to do that, but I'll wrap around the oval because I'm gonna get you confused by telling you here. And then this is just some paper clip chain I had in my stash, and jump rings and a lobster clasp. Very simple pendant necklace with just an easy wire wrap. I did have the squares be a little loose, so I did sort of zigzag them there. And here I will show you how I did that when I do the oval. Okay, and I did these the same exact way. They're wire wrapped, and they have the little that one I got more towards the back, but I have little zigzags in them too to help hold them in place. And they do have a little bit of space there, but I think they came out pretty. So let me see, did I show you all 11? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, that's my 11 pieces so far. I have quite a lot of the clear bicones. I have some bright white pearls left. I have peridot beads left. I have all but 2 of the sapphire 3mm, I think they were, or 2.5, I forget, crystal bicones. I have 2 more of these. I have the seed beads, which I'm playing around with those, and these. I have 1 of the travertine beads left, the dark topaz travertine. I have no more of the squares. I used all of them. And I do have some bead mix, mostly in red, yellow, and orange colors, and a few odds and ends of greens, and maybe 4 or 5 blue pieces left. And that's about it. I did try to incorporate that mix in. Oh, and I do have those little drops, and I was playing around with those with the seed beads and things. So maybe in the future I'll have another project with that. But that's it for now. My Potomac treasure kit, you can get quite a lot out of it. Let me just bring my tray over. I'll be right back. So this is where I have all my beads. These are what are left of the mix, and this. I strung this. I like it. I don't know what I want to do with it yet. I don't know if I want to just end it and hook it on with chain and maybe randomly put some of these oddball beads up. I know others used a lot of the mix and used these. I saw at least one other influencer do that, plus Potomac Beads did it. So I thought, I don't want to do that. I used most of my mix in various places, but I have all of these. Now I did do this. I'm not 100% happy with it, so I didn't finish it. And originally my intent was to put this in here, but obviously that doesn't quite fit, and I don't like the way it looks. So I'm rethinking that. I kept the same color little bead. I like that part, but I'm just not loving how I did that. And here's my 1 travertine, you know, all the beads I just, oh, and I have these buttons. So I didn't use the silver cones and the silver buttons, and I really wanted to, but I've just run out of time and have to switch to some other things to do. I have a few more hearts here too. I had separated out the hearts, and I do have 2 on here. So I don't know what I'm doing with that. Quite a lot of bead caps yet, and quite a few of the clear crystals and all but two, like I said, of these little blue ones. So that's what I have left. And for now, I'll be putting them away. But you know, I go back and use things from earlier kits, and I may still, I think I have a different idea I want to do with this, which will allow more movement for this too. It's too stiff. I'm not loving it. And I have a few more blue beads left from this, but I didn't have enough to continue on that bracelet. And I have two sort of teal beads, and I have two little light teal rounds, and I thought about doing something with them too, but I haven't figured out what yet. So anyway, that's what I have left out of the Potomac Treasure Kit for the month of April. I'm sure we'll probably be getting the May one soon, so I figured I better get this up on April 30th and stop for now. I really love this piece, even though it's fairly simple. It's just a bar bent, made with wire wrapped and put onto some chain, and I definitely will wear that for sure. And I love these. I don't know why, I just really like the way those look. So cute. And those were the only two of those flowers in the kit. Originally I was going to do this with those, but I wanted to match the ladybug and do the ladybug, so that's why I didn't do that. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for watching and hanging in with me. Did this over a couple days, a few hours a day, and I took a couple days in between sessions off because my mojo kind of left me for a few days. But I got it back, and yeah, so I finished these and this in one sitting, and these were all one day, and I think these were all one day, and these three were the first day. So anyway, that's how I roll. Thank you so much to Potomac Beads. If you're interested in receiving the treasure kit so you can get products like this each month that are fantastic, please check the link below. Use my link, please. It helps them know that you're coming from my channel, so I can continue receiving boxes and bringing you beautiful pieces like this. At least I think they are. Let me know what you think down below, please. I love to read your comments. And if you liked anything at all in this, please give me a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm in YouTube to get me recognized so that I can continue bringing you more products. I am not monetized, and I don't plan on being monetized. I'm semi-retired, and although the income might be nice, I found on my other channel, it's really not worth the hassle to me. And the delay in uploading for the little bit I was getting to be monetized. If I had 20,000 followers, yeah, okay. I don't, and I won't. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support. So anyway, if you're seeing ads, that's not me. That's YouTube, because I'm not monetized. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day and a wonderful May, because May starts tomorrow. Can you believe that? Anyway, take care. Bye for now.